Hello, my name is Brianna Haynes, and this is my presentation for ED 51591. This type of assessment I chose was formative assessment, and a formative assessment is a planned ongoing process used by all students and teachers during learning and teaching to elicit the evidence of student learning to improve students' understanding of intended disciplinary learning outcome as supported to become self-directed learners. So what does formative assessments look like? If you look at the picture over, you have guided practices for your students. Um, you do adjunct instruction on the fly, guides to future instruction, and checking for understanding. The type of formative instruction, so you have a formal formative assessment, and then you have an informal formative assessment. The formal formative assessment refers to a grading system that is based off evaluations to monitor students' knowledge. That would be like the test that we take every Friday, a test you give your students every Friday. Informal refers to a method of student evaluation that does not have any standard or grading criteria, which would be um, like evaluations for teachers or evaluations for students in a group project. It's for informal. You can click here to see an example of a formative assessment on Nearpod that I created for my class. So I'm going to click here. And this was a poll that was created for a group project. So the project was on having strong passwords for digital devices. As you can click through, it gives you 3 questions on polls. All right, going back to the presentation. Example of formal and informal assessments is a live multiple choice poll. That's what you just saw. You can give open-ended questions. You can do an emoji survey, which is something that my students do every morning through a social emotional classroom app called Remind, or I'm sorry, Rhythm. So they do an emoji survey. So they do one every day in my class. Formative assessment tools that you can use for your classroom are, I've listed 9 of them here. The 2 that I use most in my classroom are Edpuzzle and Flipgrid. Feedback for formative assessments, these are just some pointers that you can do for your formative assessments just to get some feedback from them. The 2 that I choose, that I do the most in my classroom are provide them with appropriate feedback, and then we follow up during instruction as whole group if it's more than one person or more than 8 students who don't understand, or a small group intervention if it's less than 8 students that do not understand. Sometimes I do a self-reflection survey, but most of the time I do exit tickets just to make sure that they understand the material that was taught. And these are my reference pages. Thanks.